Hello friends, the objectives of this module is after the completion of this unit, learners will be able to discuss the ways to design an integrated unit. Friends, while designing an integrated unit, mainly we have to follow 4 steps. Select a topic and identify the learning outcomes. Then generate the theme. Then plan the activities, diagram and the timeline. The fourth step is evaluate the integrated unit. Let us discuss the steps one by one. The step 1 is identifying or deciding the learning outcomes. First, decide whether working in team or alone. Accordingly, fix your outcomes. Then list 5 to 10 learning outcomes for your unit. Then create a learning outcome map. Draw a 2-column grid on a paper. Enter each subtopic or discipline title in the left column and the corresponding learning outcomes in the right column, and accordingly complete that table. Then share your learning outcomes with your team members. If working in a team, arrange a meeting with your team members where each teacher of the team will explain his or her learning outcomes, identify common themes, ideas and competencies during the discussion, clarify the common core learning outcomes during the discussion. The step 2 is generative theme, which is the focal point of the integrated unit. Link your topic or chapter with students' interests, with community issues and needs. It can accommodate the learning goals of the school and also can be addressed through the various disciplinary lenses. Here, think on the sub themes that unpack the generative theme. Now, the step 3 is planning for activities, diagram and timeline. First, generate the integrated projects. Review your learning outcomes, generative theme and essential questions. Brainstorm activities that use community services and families. Identify possible initiating, midpoint and culminating activities. Then is generate discipline specific activities. Think of activities and projects that relate to the generative theme and the integrated projects. Here you may consider the components like learning areas and habits of minds, new standards as per NEP 2020, materials, equipment, resources needed and the assessment strategies. Next, create a diagram, flowchart or write down the steps of the process. Insert your essential questions, your core learning outcomes and skills, integrated projects and discipline specific activities into the diagram. Discuss ways in which the theme and projects might connect to the community. Further, develop the initiating, midpoint and culminating activities. The next point is make a timeline where you decide the final activities, coordinate times and dates for activities, determine preparation time for initiating, midpoint and culminating activities. Now, the step 4 is evaluate the integrated unit, which can be done in 2 ways, evaluation by both teacher and by students. In teacher evaluation, ask the questions like what links did you make with among the subject areas, what links did you make with the community, what aspects of the integrated unit engaged and inspired the students, in what ways did your integrated unit teamwork well together, what were the biggest challenges you faced during the implementation and the presentation in the classroom. So these are the few questions which a teacher should ask to himself or herself to evaluate the integrated unit. Similarly, for student evaluation, ask the questions like what moments stand out as most meaningful to you, explain why that are meaningful to you, what skills have you developed in the course of this integrated unit, what is the major concept you have learned in the integrated unit, what suggestions do you have for the next integrated unit, to ask these questions to your students so that we can use their feedback in our next integrated unit while planning. Similarly, you may evaluate it through your team members also. Thank you friends for watching this video where we discussed about how to design an integrated unit. Thank you.